Join me in hell.
Greetings, stationeers. Stationeers? Really? I just start the video and I cannot speak. This one's going to be a good one. So this is episode 22. So been a little bit of time since the last episode, for me at least. For you guys, hopefully these things are still going regularly. So we need to do our randomness. I've got the app up on my phone, and number 1, solar flare cold. Okay. Open incidents, solar flare cold. Where are you? That's solar flare heat. Where's the cold one? Solar flare cold. There we go. Now, it's a good job I fixed the solar panels. Get rid of my mobile now. I can guarantee someone will text me, phone me or something again during this episode. So, let's return to the game whenever you're ready. So, few changes. It is night time. I'll notice there's a lot more stuff in here. Changes we're going to go through as and when. I'm going to turn you on. Okay, first thing is, we've now got more chips. Oh yes. So, yeah, finally sorted out getting the furnace. There is, oh balls, done it again. One moment please. There we go. Almost. Oh god, embarrassing. So another change that I hadn't realised is a furnace. Yeah, interestingly weird thing going on with the furnace. We'll talk about that in a bit. First things first. Yeah, we are actually cooling down in here, 52 degrees. With using the furnace, it did make it rather warm in here. But oh well. Right. So, I need a pipe analyzer on the craft line here. Put you there. Let's go cable her up. Right, now, I believe all the tanks are connected. Yes. So, we're happy with that. Right, you're on purple. You're on purple. You're not named. You are named. Right. So we do need to do some naming. Make life so much easier. Filtration useless. Yeah. We're going to call it useless. And you. Crap analyzer. There we go. We're going to call it that. Right, so. Let me explain what we're going to do. We have stuff that's in this pipe. Now the reason that this pipe is at 500 odd degrees is probably because the oxygen has reacted with the hydrogen. Now that is good in the sense that it makes CO2. Yeah, okay. O2 plus H2 does not make CO2. We know that. The developers think otherwise. We will leave them to their delusions, as we have over the past 3 years or more. God knows how long I've actually been playing Stationeers. 4 years? God knows. But anyway, the only issue with that is it creates a crap load of heat. So we need to suck out everything in this line as fast as humanly possible. Yeah. This bit's going to be interesting. Because we're going to get hydrogen into this line. But at the same time, this is the interesting bit. What we really want to do, the hydrogen is coming in from there whenever I open that door. So what I really want to do is set that arc furnace up as being automatic up to a point. So we're going to do that right now so I don't have to keep going in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this IC and modify the program in it. But this is going to get a little bit awkward because I already have an automated arc furnace program. So that's our power management. I'm going to go into our library and maybe have waste management. Where's our automated arc furnace? There we go. Auto arc furnace. I'm going to import this. And it's very simple. Right. We look at the arc furnace, see if activate, and read the activate. If activate is 0, then we go back to start, so we loop around. Then we go in and we look at the recipe hash. If the recipe hash is 0, it goes back to start. So it keeps going around this. If any of them are anything other than 0, both of these are anything other than 0, then we write the recipe hash to the device base, which is just a debug thing, and then we activate the furnace. There is something else that needs to go in that. Now what I really need to do is to copy this entire thing out, and it doesn't let you do it. You can't. Well, one moment please, your screen won't see this. You guys won't see me doing this. If I can remember, of course, where it is. Stationeers, scripts, auto AF, instruction.xml. Open with Notepad++, and it recognises it as an XML file. Wonderful. Right, so we'll cancel that. Go back into edit. Right. So let's start chucking this in, shall we? And we'll rewrite it as we go along. Alias AF arc furnace as device 1. Now I could just do batch read and batch write, but that's going to get awkward. So let's not. Okay, what we want to do is we only want to be activating the arc furnaces when the battery level is above a certain level. So coming down here, right down here. So we've read the battery mode. Right. And if the battery is just at 1, which is the bare minimum before it loses power, that's when it turns the generator on. So guess what? We want to set a minimum power level before we turn before we run the arc furnaces. So we're going to do BGEAL. Branch if greater than or equal with return. So what should we do? Don't worry about the generator on being red. I mean, strictly speaking, we shouldn't be running the arc furnace if the generator's on. So alias, well, those ones are up here, hang on. Alias gen on, register 1. Right, so when we jump down here for generator on, also going to try to remember. It's a move command, isn't it? Is it move? No. Oh, my brain has just quit on me. MV? No, that's a Linux command. Not a load, because that's device. Why can't I remember? Oh my god, really? Can I really not remember? I really can't. Wow! Okay, I need to consult the wiki. One moment, please. Wiki, 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 where are we? There we are, MIPS. I didn't think my brain was actually that bad today. Oh, me dumb. Me dumb. Whatever. Move. And the parameters are D and S. Stores the value of S in D. So move. Gen on. I'm going to store a 1 in it. When it says generator off, move. Gen on 0. There we go. So here, batch mode. I think if it's greater than 3, then we're going to go. If it's greater than 3, we'll jump to auto arc furnace. Right, so let's shut down Firefox to release some memory. We're going to go and copy. Oh, that's not copied properly. Nope. Oh dear, oh dear. Nope. Okay, we're going to copy this line by line. And then edit it. No. That did not copy properly at all. Yes, for those that don't know, your library scripts are in my document, Games Stationeers Scripts, and they are stored as XML files. XML files are characters, so you can just load them in Notepad. But if you've got something like Notepad++, which is free, I highly recommend it. It will recognise then the syntax of the XML for you and start colour coding stuff. It doesn't recognise the syntax of MIPS though. Or, well, it would if it wasn't wrapped in XML. We'll put it that way. So that's our little script here. Now, can we use the TMP variable? Yes, we can, because it's temporary. Right, now, the problem is this loop round. Branch if equal. Can I branch to AL? Let's try it. Is it AL? Alright, sorry. Branch to return address. But there is one thing that we do need to do. We do need to make sure the arc furnace is turned on, because at the moment it's turned itself off because of power issues. So if it turns itself off, we're going to leave it off until we need it. So here. So we're going to do store in arc furnace on 1. That should turn it on. Right, so that's jumping back to the return address, which is up in the main program. So it will only keep scanning to see if there's something in it while it's eligible to be smelted, as in there's enough power. So we can get rid of this. And it will only activate it when we're ready. Now jump to start. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to jump the return address. In theory, this should work. Right, power management IC, export. And it's flashing an error. Okay. What's the error? Unknown at line 34. What do you mean error unknown? What is line 34 anyway? I'll bet that's F. Because we didn't set it up. Okay. Okay. Right, so you. It's saying arc furnace. Now I did send the purple line over there. So in theory I was intelligent enough to connect it. Let's have a look. Right, so it's picked up the normal furnace. There's your arc furnace. So in theory now we turn this on and it won't error. Good boy. But it hasn't kicked off the arc furnace. Now there could be a reason for that. Temperature is it outside? 431. Wait, why does this glass have a why are we damaged? I mean that's very damaged, which is a problem. Why? I thought we repaired all the explosion damage. Huh? Right, well, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. I want my Scooby snack. Right, we've got a couple of things. You're yellow, so you should be eligible. But we can activate. And that's probably because we actually need to run the arc furnace manually once. And on that note, I'm going back in here where it's cooler. So I don't blow through my entire O2 supply. And my CO2 filters. Let's get rid of you. So I can see what it is that I'm actually recording. Right, now we need to build up yes, I could probably do with some storage in here. But we'll sort that later, it's not a priority. So the next IC that we're going to use is our environment IC. Now, how much can we dump on the environment IC? That's going to be a good question. So, let's then waste management IC. Strangely enough, I already have a waste management program. Excuse me. I would like to select. They're supposed to have fixed this bug. Yeah. Supposed to fix it. Right, so where are we? Waste management. Load. So, sensors, filters, and miscellaneous filter. We also have a few other things in here, but we will probably have to waste management, export, briefly turn it on, it's going to error. Right, let's set this chip up. I will probably have to change stuff. Up that. Sensor. For the life of me, I cannot remember what that one was. We'll come back to it. CO2 filter. This might take a while. CO2 filtration is what we're looking for. Or filtration CO2. There's filtration useless. O2, N2, H2, CO2. There we go. So that's what it's called. Filtration, the name. So filtration O2. Filtration O2. Filtration N2 is the next one. Filtration N2. Then we've got H2. You can see I've done this before.
Hydration critical.
Good for you. Miscellaneous filter. Which we call useless, but never mind. Right, this sensor. I'm pretty sure that's the waste analyzer. Oh, jump past it. Crap analyzer. There we go. Now, let's have a look at the program before we do anything else. Oops, not that one. So let's have a look. So we've got all our aliases, we've been through them. Right, temp is our 0, RA2 is our 1. Fine. So we're using a register to store a secondary return address. We'll come back to that. So first of all, we load from the sensor its pressure value into temp. Right. Branch if greater than or equal to 30. Yeah, this is where we're going to have an issue, because if you wait for the crap line to be 30 kilopascals before we start jumping on starting the filters, we're going to have an issue. So this needs to be modified. What we need to do is we need to look at how much hydrogen is in the system. But anyway, so this is what the original program does while I ever think about it. It jumps to filter, basically, and everywhere else it turns them all off. Okay, so filter basically goes, it stores the return address for here, the return address there, stores that return address. Yes, this program isn't perfect. Trust me, relax. So it then stores in miscellaneous filter on, so it turns the miscellaneous filter on before it does anything else. Because the miscellaneous filter has filters in it for stuff that we're not going to use. So the X and the nitrous oxide just gets filtered straight out. We don't need it. So we turn that filter on so that we're not reading it, so the pressure will instantly start dropping. Then it loads from the sensor the ratio of carbon dioxide into temp. And it says branch if equal to 0 with return. This is why we store the return addresses up here. So if it equals 0, then it turns the CO2 filter off. If it's greater than 0, it turns the filter on. Plain and simple. Does that for all of them. Now we need to take the volatiles out of there. What do I do with the volatiles? Well, it's actually quite simple. I need to make you go. Oh god, can't make it go red, can I? Okay, whatever. Right, so before we even start that, ratio of volatiles. Right, so we always want it to run this, and it will always come back to here because of how we've set up the subroutines. Just double check. H2 filter off, H2 filter on. They're the subroutines. O2, CO2, N2, H2. There you go, jump RA. RA is the return address. So, that looks good to me. But, I want to get rid of that. See, these just make sure the filters are off when they're supposed to be off. So, if the pressure's high enough, it'll be in this subroutine. That's actually a good point. Never thought about that. Because that subroutine, if we go down here, it stays in this subroutine of the filters being enabled, right, until it gets down to 5 kilopascal. So it only enables it above 30 kilopascals and stays enabling the filters until it's down to 5. Basically it means that the filters aren't on constantly. Unless there's pressure there. So in theory, the amount of hydrogen, we could suddenly get a dump of hydrogen in there while it's in this routine and it's not checking it. The hydrogen filter is still going to be in whatever the last state is here. Didn't think of that. So we do actually need this subroutine to also be present, this condition to also be present in here. So we need to copy it back. Oh well. Not a problem, that's why we have subroutines. There we go. Now, in theory, this should work. So, confirm. Right, we're on the waste management IC. Export. Wow, the day goes quick when you're busy. Waste management IC. On. No error. Right. I would have thought that would be on and off, considering there's no hydrogen. Good on. There we go. Okay, that's an issue. There's no pressure there, but CO2 filters on. Means there's an issue. Not being commanded. They are not being commanded. Why are they not being commanded? And that's turned off, which is actually probably correct. There is nothing in that pipe whatsoever. So everything should have been turned off. Why? Are you flashing an error? No. Of course not. Why? Why? I'm not even quite sure what stage it's in. So let's try and work this logically. Right. Start. This is an absolute statement here. Loads from the sensor ratio volatiles. Branch if equal to 0. H2 filter off. Branch if greater than 0. H2 filter on. So if it was running this, right, then it would definitely be commanding these filters would be commanded to off. This filter would be commanded to either on or off, one of them, as an absolute. So let's go check it. Nope, that's still on. These filters are staying on, so it's not in the start loop. So then we go into here. This looks like I'm just wondering if this has got screwed up a little bit. Okay, let's put in some debug, shall we? I'm going to use the device base as debug here. So as soon as we loaded the pressure, I'm going to store in device base, in the settings, and we're going to put temp, which is pressure. Confirm. Export. The fact that we've exported means that this is now reset. So it says it's 0 and everything's turned itself off. The trouble is, it's not commanding stuff. Why? Why? You're at 0. They're turning themselves off. See? Which is correct. So, what's up with the hydrogen? Why is the hydrogen not turning itself off? Why? Why would volatiles not turn itself off? Considering it's not in that loop, it's in this loop. The load from the sensor ratio of volatiles. Why?
Health low.
Whatever. There's no reason I can think of why that the hydrogen filter would not be commanded in either direction. Right, so let's put some more debug in. What section of code is it actually running? So let's see here. So store in device base setting, and then we're going to put 1 for that section. Fair enough. Now, if we go past here, we're going to store a 2. Right, now we're into this filter section. Turn the miscellaneous filter on. We're storing device base 3. And then we're going to do 4 here, 5 here. Oops, I need to scroll. This one stores a 6, 7. Right, now how are we going to do this? Branch if greater than, if temp is greater than 5, then we jump to filter, which is here. So it jumps back to the start of the filter routine. If it's less than 5, then we restore the return address from the original loop and then jump back to it. So we're going to put an 8 in here, and then if it does return, we want to see 10. Right, export. And what's it doing? It's in state 2, state 1, state 2, state 1, state 2. Flipping between states 1 and 2. That's where it's storing in 1, that's where it's storing 2. So it's in the main loop. Oh, balls. Oh, balls. Oh dear, oh dear. We have run out of power, which is a problem. Yep, generator wants to be on, but isn't. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, we've only got 1 coal on us. Right, we need to go and hunt for coal. And Geronimo! Yeah, the generator eats coal significantly. Like, seriously, chew coal. Careful not to touch the lava. Otherwise we'll be in a world of hurt very, very quickly. Yes, power management on this base is ridiculous. I know what I need, but I'm getting there, honestly.
Jetpack low.
Oh, fun. Well, we're not far from the base, so we go till jetpack critical. We need a lot of coal. And yes, I know about the glaciers, I've already got a sensor chip.
Jetpack critical.
Oh dear. I'm watching it, I'm watching it. Go. This way.
Health critical.
My health is critical? Oh yeah. I'm out of water. I'll bet there's not much pressure left. That's not too bad. 8 megapascals, that'll do. Right, where was I up to? 21% health. Not far off the ritualistic sacrifice. Let me in. Come on. Come on. Doopy 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 quack quack. Which reminds me while I think about it. Put one of those sensors in there. You'll find out why later. So, I know that that is being commanded. It is definitely connected. So why is it not jumping? Why? It should be commanded in either direction. Now, if I manually turn it on, it should have turned it off by now. Why? Why? H2 filter off, H2 filter on. Let's go check it. H2 filter on and H2 filter off. There we go. H2 filter off. Store in H2 filter on variable to 0. H2 filter on variable to 1. Why? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Right, we're at 6%. Why is the H2 filter not turning on or off? Don't get it. I could just leave the hydrogen filter on all the time. Make sure our spawn point set. Oh yeah. We made a load of duct tape. Right, 1%. Okay. That's the grey line. Want it about halfway. Oops. Oh well. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm
Cognition low.
You are dead. Respawn.
Pressure critical. Temperature critical.
Where's my body?
Oxygen critical. Cognition low. Power low.
Strip myself naked. And okay, it's integrated into the floor. Okay, yeah. Right, next question. Where did that sensor go? Oh. Next question. Why can I not put this in the ceiling? I can put it there. Straight there, look. Whatever. Everything looks okay in here. Generator's just gone off. So just having a quick look in here. If you remember, I used this massive heatsink here, and the idea was to take the heat from outside so that I could use the smelter for some stuff. Well, that didn't quite go to plan, so I ended up putting volume pumps to pump gas into and out of the furnace because it wasn't mixing between the pipes, and that still wouldn't heat up and whatnot, so I ended up using this orange line. Let's not run into that. And this orange line goes all the way into there.
Air tank low.
One moment, please. Why would my air tank have run out so darn quickly? Ugh. Come on, let me in. Let me in. Let me in. I want in. It's nicely down to 32 degrees in here. And this just has a simple mixer, H2 and O2. Simple way of doing it. Currently, just restore my tabs. Currently though, there's stuff in there that shouldn't be. Why? Oh, for the love of God. So in other words, that line decided to combust. Helpful. Whatever. Sort that out later. What I want to know is, does that ever turn itself off? I'll reset you. Not turned off. Pull the chip. Reseat the chip. Doesn't turn off. Let's do a sanity check. Which one of these is set to filtration H2? H2 filter, filtration H2. Double check. This is called filtration H2. This is called filtration H2. Why? Why? let's try something here. I wonder if this,
Air tank critical.
the ratio of volatiles, is coming back as something it shouldn't do. I wonder. I can ignore my soup for the time being. It'll be fine. There we go. NANs. Okay, that's an issue. That could be why. Because there's nothing in there, those ratios are coming back as not a number. Which is why it's probably not. That's... Why can't it just say 0 for the ratio? Devs, why? Why can you not just... Why do I have to add extra logic? Right, where is sensor pressure? Copy this onto there and execute that subroutine. If it is 0, make sure the filter is off, because we don't need it on. Export. Right, this should turn the filter back off again. There we go. Ugh. Why? Why? 38. 35. 36. Yeah, whatever. Right, so did we actually have a storm? I mustn't have noticed it. That could be why we ran out of power actually. Whatever. Come on. Let me out. Thank you.
Low pressure.
Why do I suspect the
Oxygen low.
isn't working? Right. So, slight issue here. Turn you on to drain what is supposed to have volatile mix in.
Oxygen critical.
Uh-oh. Okay, I suppose I better go and sort you out. Oh wow, I'm down to 8 kilopascals, 7 kilopascals in the suit. Didn't think it was that low.
Pressure critical.
Would you like some fresh O2? Would you? There you go. And while I'm here, I'm going to empty my waste tank. And that should kick all the filters off. It's certainly doing its best. Although that being said, why is the nitrogen filter on? We're below 5 kilopascals, so we should be in the main loop, so all the filters should be off, except for the hydrogen. For the love of God. The O2 filter isn't on, which is bad. Why is the O2 filter not on? The O2 filter is not being commanded. Why is the O2 filter not being commanded? I mean, it's now just sucked out everything. I wonder, is the pressure reported in pascals or kilopascals? I'm sure it's kilopascal. Okay, so tell me, what does this number say? 10. Why is it saying just 10? That would suggest a problem. I can see I'm going to have to look into this, because 10 is here. So it's not jumped to the return address. Because RA2 would be the return address that's saved here when it enters, so it should jump back into here. But then again, why not just return straight to start? Right, you're being commanded on. Why are you being commanded on? Because there is some hydrogen there. That works. Although that's a waste. Up, and now it's gone off. It's pulled out all the hydrogen. Oops, let's turn you off first. I can see I'm going to have to look into this. But we sort of have the waste management IC working. Sort of. Anyway, that'll be all for this episode. Hope everybody's staying safe, having fun. Take care. And I will see you again later. Bye for now.